Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ask Susan, your transformational, motivational Monday moment where we dive into topics that matter, topics that you've been asking me about. Susan Lazar-Hart here, your guide today, responding to this question from Laura, a valued member of our Congruent Living Facebook. Hey, Susan. Hey, Laura. I've been feeling stuck lately and I'm unsure if it's time to make a change in my life. How do I know when it's time to move on? And how can I ensure that any changes I make actually align with my values and where I'm asking to go? Well, Laura, that's a good one. It's one I've been thinking about for myself as well these days, and all the shifts and changes that are going on in the world, in my business, and the way that people relate and actually come together. So today we're going to explore this theme and how it resonates in our lives, knowing when it's time to move on. Whether it's a job or a relationship or a situation, recognizing when it's time to make a change is often really, really challenging. But fear not, because today I'm going to offer you 7 key signs that indicate it might be time to move on. First one is consistent unhappiness. Yeah, most of the telling signs is that when you're consistently unhappy, it's time to move on. So if you find yourself feeling consistently unhappy or unfulfilled in a particular area of your life, whether it's your job, your relationship, a partner, your parent, a hobby, whatever it is, where you are in your life, if you wake up in the middle of the night saying, what the heck is this, right? I can't stand, I'm just so unhappy. It's worth taking a closer look at what that might be. So our happiness and well-being are paramount. They're paramount for your health. They're paramount for every part of your being. So staying in a situation that consistently brings you down, it's not sustainable in the long run. So take an aerial view, step back, and ask yourself, okay, so what about this is creating this unhappiness for me? Where have I stopped myself from actually enjoying the joy of life? Write it down. Take out that journal. I'm a big believer. Get it out of your head where you're just thinking about it all the time and it's driving you nuts, and put it on paper so you can actually see what is it that brings me joy and what is it that I'm creating now that actually doesn't bring me joy. Now, the second sign is a lack of growth. Well, when we lack growth, it's definitely time to move on. So we all crave growth. Growth is who we be. Right? Every cell is shifting and changing. Everything about us is shifting and changing. It's only up here in our minds that we say, no, we have to stay the same. And if staying the same, what is that that Edison said? No, Albert Einstein said, trying to do something different and staying the same is his vision of insanity. Well, I think that's really true here. When you crave growth and progress, whether it's personal or professional, and you feel like you're stuck in a rut, well, you're not allowing any room for growth or advancement. So this is definitely a sign it's time to explore new possibilities. Growth is essential for our development. Growth is essential for our fulfillment. So staying stagnant can lead to feelings of frustration and stagnation. Again, write it down. Where am I stuck? Where am I unhappy? And what would bring me joy? Where am I stuck? And what would create the changes I'm asking for? So you've got 2 columns going here. Are you with me? Next, intuition. Trusting your gut. Trust your gut. Our intuition is a powerful tool that can guide us in making important choices. If you feel deep down like something isn't right or it isn't working, it's worth paying attention to that feeling. Trust your gut. It's your North Star. Our intuition often knows what's best for us, even when our logical mind is unsure. So take some time today, as you're writing, tune into your intuition and listen to what it's telling you. You might be surprised what you discover. Loss of passion. So passion is what drives us. It's the fuel for creativity and enthusiasm for life. It's like, yes. If you've lost passion for what you're creating or enthusiasm for something that used to excite you, that's a sign that it's time to move on. Whether it's a job that no longer challenges you, or a relationship that no longer fulfills you, or even a hobby that no longer brings you joy, it's important to recognize when something has run its course It's okay. Acknowledge it, appreciate it. What did I just learn from this? This is awesome. And it's time to explore new avenues. Our next is recognizing signs of holding on. When you find you're giving more than you're getting back, and the giving is no longer spiritually rewarding, it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve anyone else, it doesn't serve what you're creating, I would say lie down quietly, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what is it inside of me that is preventing me from moving on? So you've looked at your lists, you've taken some time, take a breath, or 2 or 3. Now lie down, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what is it inside of me that is preventing me from moving on? What need inside of me is continuing to be feeding this situation? If you're willing to be present with that, you'll start to discover what it is, what habits you have that actually don't work for you anymore, that you need to let go of, so that you can discover how to break free, break away one step at a time. And when the love, fun, fear, and pain, the blood, sweat, and tears you've been putting into whatever it is you're creating has stopped you instead of excited you, and it's turned into anger or frustration, it's definitely time to move on. Because the truth is, if you keep carrying on, you will neither enjoy your journey or the destination. So when small issues turn into big ones that can't be reconciled, or when significant issues rob you, your business, your partner, the relationship you're in, of the joy of that relationship, because you're in relationship with everything, it's time to reevaluate. And remember, life is not about getting and having, it's about being and becoming. Who am I becoming by holding on to what I'm refusing to let go of? Moving on is not just about knowing when, but also deciding, choosing, it's finally time to move on. What's my next best step here? If you can't choose, if you can't decide, it's okay to use certain parameters to see if moving on is better than clinging to what it is that's holding you back. So first and foremost, look at your list, evaluate whether this situation, wherever you are, whatever it is, wherever you're situated, is helping you grow. Ask that question, is this helping me grow? Is this adding to my value to my life? Is it adding value to my business, to the relationship I have with this person? If not, there's nothing more to learn here. There's nothing of value here. It's time to move on. So here's what I found out for myself. And this is a question, again, Gloria, I'm so grateful for this question. It's something, again, that I've been asking, and I know a lot of my peers are asking as well. How can I best serve? How can I best serve who I came here to be and what I came here to do? Remember, sometimes the path that's fraught with the greatest obstacles is actually the correct path at this time in your life, with appreciation, because it helped me and you to challenge our limitations, overcome weaknesses, set aside ego, and as a result, grow. Grow. We came here to grow. We came here to grow. So there you have it, folks. Recognizing when it's time to move on. It's a journey of introspection and courage. And thank you again, Laura, for these questions. If any of these 7 signs we've discussed resonate with you, take a moment to reflect on your current circumstances and consider whether it's time to embrace change. Remember, life is about continuous growth and evolution, and moving on is often the first step towards embracing new possibilities and experiences and discovering more about you. Thanks for tuning in. And if you'd love to dive deeper, pop it in the comments below. Let me know how this reaches you. I know this is not just a question that's happening with Laura right now. I know this is a question a lot of people are asking is, how do I move on from where I am? And as I'm always here for you, again, if you'd love to dive deeper, pop it in the comments below. What's popping up for you? And you can always reach me privately at Susan at susanlazarhart.com. So until we meet again, Please enjoy navigating these life transitions with clarity, with grace, with authenticity. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and your authentic voice, your courage to keep moving forward and let what isn't working for you, let it go, let it flow. Thank you so much. I will see you next Monday. Have an amazing week. Bye-bye.